Let's rank these divisions. Strongest first.
Okay, number one, NFC West with Seattle, Rams, San Francisco. That's ridiculous.
Hello, everyone. The NFL season is coming, and today we're looking at the league from a completely different angle. Forget Super Bowl. Forget Super Bowl futures for a second. Forget about MVPs. We are going division by division because if you're betting NFL futures, one of the most important questions isn't simply who's the best team, is who has the easiest path to winning their division. Hi, Pau.
Hi, Bobby. Exactly. We are looking at all eight division and asking which division is the most competitive? Which one has the biggest gap between the best and worst teams? Where could one team have a relatively easy path to title? And most importantly, who are we betting to win each division?
We're also looking for potential value because the team with the shortest odds isn't automatically the team we want to bet. Let's get into it. Starting in the AFC East with Buffalo, New England, Miami, the Jets.
And Buffalo, Fabi, is the team we are both taking. The Bills have the quarterback, the experience, and the overall consistency to be the safest pick. But this isn't an easy division. So New England won it last season. So here's a legitimate challenger.
Miami, for me, is the wild card. If they are healthy and the offense works, they can make this uncomfortable. The Jets are the biggest question mark.
So I call this 7.5 out of 10 in competition, Fabi. Not the strongest division, but definitely not a free pass.
And that's why I don't love blind betting's Buffalo at my price.
Exactly. So our pick, Buffalo Bills, betting angle, strong team, but watch the price.
Now we're talking about violence. AFC North with Baltimore, Cincinnati Bengals, Pittsburgh, Cleveland.
Yes, this Fabi is one of the toughest divisions in football. Baltimore is the favorite, and Lamar Jackson gives them an enormous advantage. But Cincinnati has a Joe Burrow. Pittsburgh can make games ugly, and Cleveland isn't a team you casually walk into and expect an easy win.
This is a division where everybody knows everybody, and those divisional games can completely change the standings.
So, Fabi, I'd give this 9 out of 10 competition.
Winner?
I'm going to say Baltimore. You, Fabi?
Okay, same. Our pick, Baltimore Ravens, the betting angle, great team, brutal division, done overpaid for the favorite. Now, let's look at the opposite situation. AFC South, we have Houston, Jacksonville, Indianapolis, and Tennessee.
Yes, Houston is our favorite here. Why? Because this is probably one of the divisions where the favorite has the clearest path, Fabi.
Yes, and that's important for future bettors. You know, you don't necessarily need the best team in football. You need a team that can consistently bet the teams in front of it.
Exactly, Fabi. So Houston doesn't have to dominate the AFC. They need to beat Jacksonville, Indianapolis, and Tennessee often enough and take care of business elsewhere.
And you know what, Pau? This is probably one of the weakest divisions overall.
Yes, I'm agree. So I'd say 5 out of 10 competition.
And that makes Houston interesting. Our pick, Houston, Texans. The betting angle, one of the clearest paths for a division favorite. Now, here's where I disagree with you. AFC West, Pau. Kansas City, Los Angeles Chargers, Denver, Las Vegas.
Fabi, Kansas City is still my pick. Patrick Mahomes, experience, coaching, and until somebody takes the division away from them, I'm not going to overthink it.
But I'm taking the Chargers, Pau.
Okay, here we go.
Because this isn't the old AFC West. The Chargers are legitimate. Denver is also good enough to make this uncomfortable, Pau.
I like it. That's fair. This could be one of those divisions where three teams are still alive late in the season, Fabi.
Exactly, Pau. 9 out of 10 competition.
So I'm taking Kansas City.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Chiefs.
Chargers. The betting angle don't automatically pay the Chief premium just because they are the Chiefs, you know?
Yes, now let's talk about NFC East. Philadelphia, Dallas, Washington, and New York.
Philadelphia is the obvious pick.
Yes, Bobby, and that's why this division is interesting from a future perspective. Philadelphia has the strongest overall profile, but Washington and Dallas can absolutely complicate things.
And we can't forget that divisional games are different. Dallas could have a terrible season and still ruin Philadelphia's record twice.
Yes, exactly, Bobby. I'll call this 7.5 out of 10 competition.
But I'm not getting cute. Philadelphia wins.
Agreed, absolutely. And so our pick Philadelphia Eagles and the betting angle strong favorite, but look for a better price rather than forcing the future bet early.
Now, this is my absolute favorite division to watch. The NFC North with Detroit, with the Green Bay, with Chicago, with Minnesota.
And this, Fabi, could be absolutely brutal. Detroit is our pick, but Chicago won the division last season. So Green Bay also is dangerous, and Minnesota can compete.
And here is the important betting angle. Attention, Chicago has one of the toughest schedules in the entire NFL based on opponents. 2025 win percent.
Yes, Fabi, exactly. That's a doesn't perdón, tres das. Exactly, Fabi. That doesn't automatically mean Chicago will be bad, but it doesn't mean the road to reparting becomes much farther.
I don't know about you, but Detroit gets my vote.
Mine too, Bobby. So our pick, Detroit Lions, and the betting angle, Detroit has the combination of team quality and more manageable path.
Now, this is where I see an interesting sleeper. NFC South, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Carolina, and New Orleans, Pau.
I'm going to say Tampa is my pick, Fabi.
I'm taking Atlanta.
And I understand why, Fabi, because Atlanta has one of the more favorable schedules in the NFL.
Exactly. And this is what we're talking about when we said path to victory. You don't need to be an elite NFL team if the division is relatively weak and the schedule gives you opportunities.
Fabi, but Tampa is still the more reliable choice for me.
So,
Tampa Bay?
No, Atlanta!
And I rate this division 5.5 out of 10 competition. And the betting angle, Atlanta is one of our favorite sleeper divisions plays.
Now we get to the monster, the NFC West, with the Rams, with Seattle, with San Francisco, with Arizona.
Yes, this is easily one of the toughest divisions, Fabi. And the crazy part, you know what is? Seattle is the defending Super Bowl champion. So the Rams are also one of the league biggest contenders. And then you have San Francisco.
This is a division where you don't want to pay a huge price on a favorite because every divisional game can be dangerous.
Exactly, Fabi. So I'm gonna give this 10 out of 10 competition.
I'm taking Seattle. They won the Super Bowl.
I'm taking the Rams.
So we got another disagreement.
Rams and
Seahawks. For me, the Seahawks and the betting angle, strongest division, but potentially the worst environment for blindly betting a favorite. Okay, let's rank these divisions. strongest first.
Okay, and number one, NFC West with Seattle, Rams, San Francisco. That's ridiculous.
Number 2, AFC West with the Chiefs, Chargers, Denver, 3 legitimate teams.
Now, number three, AFC North, Baltimore and Cincinnati at the top, with Pittsburgh always capable of making things difficult.
Number 4, NFC North, Detroit, Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota. That could be a war.
Now, Fabi, let's flip it. Which divisions have the easiest path?
AFC South.
Absolutely. Houston is my favorite example of a team that doesn't need to be the best team in the conference. They just need to consistently beat the teams inside their divisions.
And NFC South, that's where I think Atlanta gets interesting.
Yes, but especially because of the schedule. If you're looking at division futures, that's exactly what you should be searching for. A good team in a weak division.
Or even better, a good team with a favorable schedule in a weak division. Now, let's put everything on a table. 8 divisions, 8 winners, Bob.
Okay, AFC East, Buffalo Bills.
AFC North, Baltimore Ravens.
AFC South, Houston Texans.
AFC West, Kansas City Chiefs.
NFC East, Philadelphia Eagles.
NFC North, Detroit Lions.
NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
NFC West, Seattle Seahawks.
And we have 3 disagreements, Fabi. Chargers versus Chiefs, Atlanta versus Tampa, and Seattle versus Rams.
And Pau, those are exactly the divisions where the price is going to matter. Because if you're betting futures, you're not just betting who do I think it's better. You're betting, is this the price worth the risk? So there you have it. 8 divisions, our winners, our strongest division, our weakest division, at the teams we think have the easiest path to the playoffs.
But remember, people, the best team isn't always the best future bet. Sometimes the value comes from the team with the weaker competition, the easier schedule, the healthier roster, and the better price.
And that's what we'll be watching all season, because one thing is guaranteed. There will be a division that completely surprises. Yes.
And there will be a division where we look back in December and say, we should have seen that coming.
And that's it for La Casa No Gana.
So good luck for all of you with your futures.
And remember, La Casa No Gana, and we are be waiting for you on all our platforms, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Discord. Please register in lacasanogana.com. Remember to subscribe, enter your information, verify yourself, and in that way you can collect all your money. See you next time. Bye.
See you next week.